because this world is perfect. The world is perfect as it is. I don't want any world improvers here. The world is perfect. Why is it perfect? Because it offers maximum karmic potential of choice. The spirit cannot evolve unless it has choice. If you're forced to always be a certain way, there's no karmic merit. So because you take the responsibility for the evolution of your own consciousness, and every second you are making a choice, and the human spirit is sort of like a karmic track. These are karmic track, and I always picture that it's like a little tiny iron filing, and the infinite field of consciousness is like an infinitely powerful electromagnetic field. So that by virtue of that which you have become, you position yourself within the field. So there's no judgmental God who says you're being bad and you're being good. If you're good, we'll reward you, move you here. If you're bad, we'll put you down here. You of your own choice. Nobody steers your canoe but you. You, by your own choices and by your own agreement, more or less change the charges on yourself. Let's say this is positive and negative. I say, you're an SOB and I hate you, and then you get a little more negative, and then you say, but I forgive you, and then you go a little more positive. Because you probably don't know what you were doing, like Socrates said. On the other hand, you ought to by now, and then you move down a little bit. So you see, you're like a little thing like this, fluctuating in the electromagnetic spectrum, and the spirit is what survives when it leaves the body. It goes to that which it is. It goes to that which it is. Happily, and there are multiple heavens, which was another fun discovery, which we suspected, because many religious sects will tell you theirs is the only way to God, only way to heaven, rather. And we found out that's true. Heaven has multiple neighborhoods, sections, divisions, etc. So there's not just one heaven for one kind of people, there's multiple heavens. So some churches then are the track to that section of heaven, you know what I mean? You don't get into their section of heaven unless you got 13 wives and etc. This section of heaven, you don't get in there if you got any wives, you know what I mean? Each one. All women are evil, you know what I mean? Therefore, divine justice is absolutely perfect at all times. And you don't need an anthropomorphic, angry, jealous God, such as the Old Testament tends to bring forth, which is really anthropomorphic. And the human characteristics are projected onto to a God who has a personality, and you notice it's a very human kind of personality. Shows favoritism, these people will get favored, and these people will get punished. And so this is man's projection. So I agree with Freud that the negative depictions of God are projections from the human unconscious. However, Freud then went on and made a mistake. He went further than that. He said, therefore, a true God doesn't exist. No, because a false God doesn't exist doesn't mean a true one doesn't. So that's why Freud calibrated 499.